Good morning, and I'm back to the factory. So, I am finally turning my back mostly, and we are here in the West Coast base, and I am ready to start unlocking some researches again. I have done a couple of small items. Went ahead and turned my bus. After I got it all turned, I realized I probably should have sent it further to the north before turning it back there. I don't know. I may lay it out again. But right here at the corner, I placed down another copy of my 4x4 blueprint with assemblers on it. Use some AI limiters because I have been making those by hand and putting them in the bow and using them slowly. But why not just drop that down? So we will about that. Um, like I said, because I am considering relocating my bus, if I start putting stuff down here on this strip, I want to make it so that I can move the bus to the other side and hook it back up and have it still work. If that's also, you'll notice that the ground rises, so my factory are going to be above the bus, and frankly, um, I don't think I will be able to take materials from below the bus. So we may need to start picking upwards. That in mind, did a whole new set of blueprints look like this. And I did a series of 8 blueprints for belt lifters that are compressed. Build those is really simple. Put in a merger at the upper level where you want it to go to. The upper level. Okay, well, let's make this one going, say, from this merger, and I want to go down to the bottom, pointing where it wants to go. Hit R, pointed correct direction. Can't bring it all the way over. Bring it out to where you can control what direction it's pointing. Hit H. Put it all the way in like that. Okay. If you've done this right, turn it in, will compress. So I did that on the blueprint machine for each of these guys, and there is coming in the bottom and going out each direction on the top, and then coming in the top and going out each direction on the bottom. I can use those to set up caps that come out only a minimum amount above the bus, if I want to. Or I could just do the normal one step up. Got space in there. We can do both of them. We've got a lot of vertical space we can use in there. We're both bringing it from the bottom and bringing it up. Anyway, if you look at our milestone there, aeronautical engineering is the next one on the list. And it requires that first yellow thing. Is that? That is a radio control unit. Radio control units manufacturers require aluminum casing, computers, and crystal oscillators. Homie doesn't have crystal oscillators on his bus because I haven't run quartz yet. Hey. And where's our quartz? Well, our quartz is up that way. Get on the map. Out. There it is. And what the map doesn't show you is it's underneath. I have marked the locations of the quartz here. There's also a SAM node, and it's in a cave without openings there, there, there. That marker is uranium on the top of this pylon, and when I got up there, I got the achievement for visited the highest place in Satisfactory. Pretty cool. Anyway, so we have 4 places we can bring our stuff out of these caves. The alternative is to try to zoop a lift vertically, and I am not sure how far you have to zoop it. I'm not sure we can rock, and if I put a hole in a foundation, I know I can zoop it up and connect it to the hole, but then you have to get that hole in exactly the right spot. I'm not going to do that. That's entirely too much like exploiting the game. But what I'm going to do instead is I am going to bring the quartz out and I'm going to run a train line. And this opening appears to be the one that looks the most like I could bring a train out. So train out and around, and we have quartz coming down here. I will bring my, we have barium coming up. I'll bring the quartz in here somewhere. I could start from this end. Let's do the same thing. I think I can go from quartz to quartz crystal. Let's take a look at quartz crystal, see if I want to do that on the end, or if I just bring the raw quartz, melt it on the end. Either way works for me. I prefer to send the crystal. We already have instances of where we have taken quartz areas and turned them into silica entirely. Crystal. It's not in the constructor. I'm going to do it. So I might do it there if it's in the constructor or smelter. Thing is, I don't want any other ingredient. Quartz crystal. So that turns 5 raw quartz into 3 quartz crystal. Cool beans. Okay, we're going to do the quartz crystal on that end. Let's run the train. So today is going to be Go Get Quartz Day. Yay! I'm making progress. And I'm just that way. My train station here. And I'm going to do this old style rail with no foundations or anything. You are going to be tapped into main powers. Ring. Make it clear that this is a major power connection. Some of my train stations I have priority power switches on, some I don't. Drops. This is quartz crystal drop. Oh, I'm putting the power right there. Oh, that's right. My power goes in. There's quartz crystal, and we will take that belt and send it over. The quartz crystal will eventually somehow get onto the. Worry about that later. I certainly have a number of slots on the bus of it. something refreshing about doing these nice, simple railways. That, that. They're headed way over there. Question yet? Able to cover thingy based on railway. Looks like yes, railway does provide electricity. Way over there. Oh my! Yeah, I'm glad. I believe games I have actually done else. Wasn't sure whether that was going to bridge or get or wet. Either way, I was going up. Oh, we can't go up there. Up over there though. We head past stinky rocks. Let's see. Don't want to go up too high because we need to get down here. Really want because I'm only running the one rail, running a long way. It means that we're only one train on the. So our delivery is going wagon load of crystal, however fast, get this train back and forth. So working pretty well for out. Take a look at the other end. I want to know exactly where I'm going. Oh, and we have these coal. Means that if I am going to be using these coal nodes, I may lift them up. And here's my power. When I ran around to discover these things, I basically dragged power with. So we are going to need to come up. Oh, and this level, I wonder. This looks like an obvious rail route. To obvious and wrong. Have to go all the way around the back there. Ooh, no, 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 no. Let's work from this entrance, from this high point. Like that. So trains are special. They can flip through all circles. And on there. And I think it's nice that automatically make the rail join smoothly and then readjust the shape of the rail. Not sure what curve they follow for that, but so this quartz crystal supply may not supply us with large amounts of crystal or wagons on the train or something. Too steep if I let it clip through. Or clipping. Spiders. So I did do a little bit of build in, actually a build of SAM, so strange alien station. Gather quartz. Those. Let's let the train station sit for. So if that's all kind of at the same level. Mine and process all of the quartz. I think the way that it back, so I send it back like that and bring in the raw quartz. I can overclock the 600 here, 600 here. I may want to. Yeah, I think I'm going to expand that. I'm going to have to expand at the other end too. I want to have 2 wagons on, because this is going full belts. 2 more than half full belt. So 600 quartz. What does that translate to? Constructors crystal. Oh. So 16 constructors, each one of these, if I overclock. If I overclock them, it's my bulk constructor. Building block constructor. Not. Mark 4. Got this guy who takes in a belt of raw stuff and stuff, and what I can do, put down 2 of him, set it up, basically overclock these. I'm not too worried about overclocking because I am finding a lot of power. We are in a constrained area. Just all should be up. How do I hit the button that moves them up to the top? There they are. I got 300 power shards sitting there in my dimensional depot. So let's put down some blueprints to quartz. Raise them up and put them over here. Kind of put them out of the way. You bring it back here around towards this area to make power continue transmitted. And I want a 4x4 foundation. Couple of set it up. And that's going to try to do too high. And here high, and we're going to scoop it out by, and now I should be able to. One way of getting Sylvie. I think I can use my boot. Here's my boot. Or did I just put it down? doesn't do a whole lot of good. Just them to be from more kind of build. Get these on blueprint. Coming back to here, so this is going to be on 0. There we go. I moved the creatures out of there. Okay. Anybody else want a piece of this? Okay. Put these guys right down next to each other. And if I want to do the whole 16 each for full overclocking, I can go vertical. I'm going to go ahead and lay this down vertically if I have enough stuff. Start off with a 2 here. You have to wait for a moment while the depot. So each one of these feed machines. 2 of these will feed containers. Feed the engine. Train station out. Let's put a little more. Somewhere. You afraid of spiders? Spiders. For those of you who don't like creepy crawlies with too many eyes, do not have too many eyes. Saying they're okay. So the train station's going to go out there, kind of violating the whole free-for-all thing. Out. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to merge 2 from the bottom, put them into 1 container, and hop into the. Oh, wait a minute! I have containers with. Guys need. Normal or power. I don't want to put anything out of the middle. I may need my train stuff. It's out. Other. As long as I keep all of these wires that go out the various entrances, as long as I keep them energized, I can still use my hover pack on the casual wire network I set up as I ran around. And again, I have selected fix this print. redundant connections. And these are making to be crystal. So we're going to get 600 raw crystal in. 600 by 5 to 3. So 360 is my output. I'm going to divide that 16. So each one of these guys needs to be outputting 20.5. And there it is. How about I hope I got them all. Unfortunately, the blueprint doesn't start with them unconfigured, so I will just have to differentiate between green and yellow rather than red. Let's see. Try to bring this guy around here. Here. Be able to do. Hey. Bring it to you. Other guy. We have our little stubbies, don't we? Use the little stubby over here. Blueprints. Skeleton trick. Up. Vert lift. Up. On that edge. Go in there, but you need to go all. Put splitter in. Actually bring it in from the side. This guy is the others are correct. It's similar here. Going to come out here. It's going to cross like that. I'm going to do this super easy way. I'm sorry. You should have come in here. Dealt with these guys. Out. Go. Up. Let's see. Let's come back. Quartz is now moving. That's turning out quartz crystals. And I need, in here somewhere, I need to be able to fit a train station with wagons on the end. So, let's see here. Oh boy. Train station is bigger than I. Station over here have the sneak by on the right somehow. Holy moly. You know, I think I do need the blue here. And I may not have enough space. Is a no space. Let's see. Foundations. See if I can rail up somehow. See if I can. Gotta try. Great platform having outputs on the side. Means I'm going to be only able to look. Able to sneak her out. Okay. Platform. Put this stuff in. Back. This much space to get it. I think I can do it. Don't snap. Actually, I don't. The snapping to foundation is kind of forced. Have to. Sharply. Sharpen. Very slow. That works. Just need to make this and this meet up somewhere common. I don't actually smoke. Howard have so we need stuff here so let's see. Defeat. Second one needs to be good enough. And now we belts. Let's see if I draw belts here. There. Going to be going up. That looks level to me. Left to right. Okay. Get these on the right levels and then take it under. Simple way. Seeing it the way I want. Oh, that. Up. This is the other way of setting up a same thing. Now we do have a couple of belt poles still in there somewhere, but I think they're kind of hidden from view well enough. This pair I'm going here. This guy is right. Not even friends. Having worked out how to do. I am finding that difference. There. Okay, so it's our blue. I don't know why it's not clicking in the way I expected. So short lift. To be out one. up for. We have it. Our full consumption of 1,200 quartz down to, that is, putting into the sky. I'm going to have to make a bigger train station. Quartz crystal. Trail a little bit. Grab a quick locomotive. I'm going to face it up that way. I can go to the station. Great car. It was a little problematic. Edit time table. I'm going to keep alt skip. Here to load some. I am sure that there are all sorts of really nice, clever, cool ways to build this train station inside this cave, like a subway station and all that. And possibly I should have just had it load raw quartz. But we did the work, and it seems to be functioning. Got around the corner. At the other end, we only have the one cargo, so we're going to need to pick up the other station. Yes, you can go through the world on a train. Attention to, we will not be riding this train very often, I think. So we ignore the fact of clipping, we can ignore the water. Or the stinky rocks. Pretty sure I've already just drive. At some point I'm going to need to go out and continue my hunt for disk drives and cursor spheres and Somers loops. I've done a pretty good job of searching them out. Haven't hit the numbers I need for Steam achievements yet. Still more out there, and we've only actually explored about less than half the maps. We've done like across this area, we've done west to east about half. Southern area, we've done some of it, not a lot of it. There's a whole lot of stuff we haven't explored. I'm going to need another. Guys, let's see. Let's just actually turn off self-drive. We don't know whether this station is going to work or not. Just now dismantle a docking vehicle. here. Okay, now this train needs to go away because train here and get going. I would just wait here and let it do its loop. Time to We're getting some quartz. I can put in some industrial storage. Some Let's do this up above. Train should be able to get right. If I want to get this over to my bus coming this level, Works for me. And the quartz train. Need to make sure all of my trains are aimed. So if I did that right, I should now unload modest amount of quartz crystal. So if this train is less than half full, could have, and I would be disappointed because if I only needed one wagon and I didn't need all that extra work of putting crystal, now goes on the bus. Let's the bus. This is where my quick wire is coming up. Lane that we can use here. We don't actually have a lane. Make the and we are going to have to go all the way out. Alternately, I can put this. Oh, here we go. Put it on this level. We just need to get it over. Right-hand lane. So by running the belts before I start adding product, I can verify the lane is in fact available. I haven't added anything. Uses this lane or it's me for it kind of makes sense to have the quartz crystals. This is all kind of basic stuff. Quartz crystal is just, mined quartz. Go. Gets dumped into his chest as fast as possible and merge out of the two chests onto the belt. And we now have quartz crystal in on the lower layer. And that means that I can build a assembler. Assembler. Oh. It's a manufacturer I'm going to need. Today's crystal oscillator. It's going to require crystal, reinforced iron plates, and cables. So basic materials. I think this is one of the first recipes where you ought to be making it. I should have, if I'd had a close supply of quartz crystal, I would have done this earlier. This actually merits a thingy like this. I happen to have a very better not 5 by here. Just that. First question: have a 5 by 5 Henry manufacturers. Haven't done any manufacturer 5 by 5s. I might be able to fit 2 manufacturers. Side. Okay, you can. I think for this, I'm just going to use my existing blueprint. Now I can stamp down my 4x4 blueprint centered in the 5x5 area. Actually did that with 2 of them stamped vertically. Toggle. Hit T to get rid of the text, and we can see here the guys need crystals. Wow, I have a lot of crystals. Let's dump that. Drill. Great plan. Yeah, approximately. But these guys have been turning out AI limiters. None of them. Probably should have used a smaller box, but he'll just keep making them for. That's. I think initially to walk you may or may not some. The question is, do I want to put these guys on? The answer to that is dependent upon what I control units. Casing crystal oscillator. 1 1/4 crystal oscillators. That thing. probably be slooping these. So needs computers. I don't think computers are on my thingy. Right now, all I need RCUs for 50 to turn in, so this can work for boxes. 50.25 per minute. 8 minutes. I am not even going to, what I'm going to do is set this guy up to boxes. And then I will fill the boxes with quantities to get 50 out. And then I will go do other things. I probably should build a yeah, let's do that. I'm going to build a blueprint that you manufacture in boxes. Because that's going to be something that I will probably use stamp down. No subfloor, no superfloor, outing, just manufacture boxes. Setter here. It's an output. Put him over. I know what I'm going to do. Okay, so output boxes in industrial storage. Centered. If I'm going to put a depot uploader on him, I will. For input box. Go. Bring 8. I would like for this stent that is sufficient to set up. Notice I said frequently, never put it down. Oh, I set up my factors over here. I did not give them power. I didn't put, yeah, I was hating to. So when I extended this, I used my subfloors. Now it has. You now have inputs: quartz crystal, cable, and radio. So in get that, and I begin a splitter here, and it went automatically align for the splitter. Take a in his. Hey, I got the right place. See it. That should have crystal. Hey, one. It's cable. It's cable. Oh, almost got stuff I don't. Should do that. Over. Reinforced light. Anybody using Mark 1 here anywhere? I hope. Slay. Brought out the wrong lane. Oh well, I will just. No matter. It's not like I'm using. Possibly. Eventually, we'll go back on the bus. Storage. when I need to grab my 50, I can just grab it out of the depot. I don't need all the way back over. And we can take the line from the bottom, pick it up and put it on us. The first time we actually need this on the bottom. So this guy, control units. So aluminum casing, we need 50 of them, so 32, so 160. I think I just. Okay, 100 casing, check. Shh. $60. $50 crystal, 100 computers for. And means we still are just waiting 50 crystal hours. Let's be made at 5 per minute, so it's going to be 10 minutes. Good with that. Let's collect the other materials. They have 150s. 300 motors, 200 aluminum casings, 100 sheets. Aluminum sheets we aren't bringing. Have them. $100 of them. Casing, 100. Motors we need 300. That will get us drones. So at the cost of some fuel and electricity, be able to fly stuff from one place in the map to another without having to worry about trains or belts or anything. Oh, and we don't. Here we want. And while I am thinking about it, let's take a look at what after aeronautical. Oh yeah, I did move the. I think this has happened a long time ago. I dropped my hub up down there, up into here. Hub will move as necessary. It's kind of a. So motors, check. Casings, check. Next in order would be nuclear power. I'm not going to make nuclear power until I'm ready to do it without. Because I seem to have hit on a nice combination of things for oil power. I do not want to go back to it again. Advanced aluminum may very well have a much better way to make aluminum. Production is used modular. Can't make until I reach. Particle enrichment requires turbo motors. So it's going to be boom, boom. Those three have to happen in. Nuclear power gives me field generators, which are Okay, let's do this next. I can at least bring in material. So 3,000 watts. Tell me, where is it? Six. It's blue. We also need 400 aluminum sheets. Need 200 aluminum casings. Oh, and it's going to need another 50 RCUs, so we will have to get another 50 RCU. So, things. So add materials for 50 more RCU. That's going to be another 160 aluminum casings. I guess all 160. It's going to be another 100 computers. I think I have to go get them now. I strongly recommend playing this game and you don't want to be sitting around on your hands a lot. Load up install the dedicated server. And when you get to a point where you're going to be waiting an hour for something, let the dedicated server run and something else. We are now uploading occasional crystals. I just realized that oscillators are producing 2. You already have 150 there. Per 2 radio. Oh, 1 per 2 radio control units. 50 oscillators for all of this. Oh, well, that makes it easier. Back there. So this is actually going to more than we. We'll be happy. I'll come up with some extra RCUs. Probably have something we can do with them. That's going to be minutes or so. A total currently turning them out 5 per minute. I'm going to overclock you. But I grab my Summers loops. I keep pulling my Summers loops out of things. 44 now. Because I don't leave them in it. We've done really good at harvesting Summers loops. So looped and 12.5 per minute. So 4 minutes and then 4. I'm just going to keep rolling the recording while we do this. And put a so I don't actually have to come back for that. So we've got 2 milestones we're prepping. We've got advanced aluminum light, the drones. I'm going to actually finish the aluminum first, and then I'll go do. Out of curiosity, know about these, anything about them. All we know is that we can make them. We don't know what they're used for. Turning. So, um, drones. I mean, to fly things from one place to another. Drones would make an excellent replacement for the casual train stations. I could drone my barium ingots. I could drone my quartz crystals. Probably drone a whole bunch of things. Short trains need to ensure sufficient fuel for. Classically, drones require batteries. I am going to. I saw something that allows drones to package fuel. So we may need to divert some of our fuel packaging or build the next oil refinery setup and have it divert some of its fuel to plastic and rubber because that's turned off right now, and then divert some of it to packaging up fuel drones if they take it. I don't know if I did a tour of that. Go take a look really quickly at our power. I am pretty sure that I haven't shown this off since I changed it. We were running low on power. We're drafted by about twice if we were going to crank up everything. So I thought, let's take all of our fuel and send it all to fuel generators. While we're at it, let's finish tearing up the stuff we're not using. So I have my existing fuel supply is sitting here in the corner. We're not packaging fuel, not actually making rubber. That whole area over there turned off. All of our fuel being sent to fuel array. I do mean all of it. So we have 6 of these guys in parallel, making 100. So we have a absolutely full, and I actually having some trouble with this. I don't like doing full pipes for this very reason. Got this guy up here all set up, and I didn't have any buffers, and these guys started failing. They're not getting what they want. That's a full set of 40 of them. I since went and we're down to using 4 out of the 10 rows because I overclocked them. Make sure we're doing rational things. I'm going to take out the overclocking and turn the rest on at some point. Or maybe I will just keep overclocking. These individual blueprints, these are fairly expensive. All the little bits. So maybe overclocking is while in its particular configuration. Fluxo did this. Beautiful. We just kind of followed his directions. I have, well, fuel generator and its surrounding stuff, and this is all what Fluxo did in his video. There's the centerpiece. I think you're meant to have these stick farther apart and the centerpiece go the other way. In this case, I put them down too close together, and when I started messing around with how the centerpiece, and that looked marginally better. It does mean that this front hole is not anymore. We have to come in sides, but these guys are taking 50 cubic meters of fuel per minute. So 100, 400. Wait a minute. $400 fuel. Added up to 600. Oh, running 80%. That's right. They used to be underclocked. So this is really 80. So 80 by, yeah, it's only 5. Okay. So the problem was that I did my math wrong. This is not actually running 600. So these guys are all running at 80%. These refiners are running at 100%. And it is taking in full 5 by at here, 5 by 30. Better per. I believe 300 is what this guy turns. This guy should be running. So this one oil extractor on normal node, 300 crude per minute. 5, not 6. 5 instances of this. Which produce 5 of these guys running 80%, 400 fuel. But we are not actually running. I basically debugged all of this thinking it was running 600. So ended up a little bit of voodoo in here. I thought, well, this pipe isn't getting enough stuff, so let's put a pump on here. How about I put a little pump here and a fluid buffer up, and then keeps that pump happy. So it all works. Problem was that I wasn't getting fuel on the last one, which is why I ended up underclocking and reducing this. As we can see, our power is simply well behaved. Just added some stuff, so we are back to consuming more than we're. But for a while there, our power production of 11.5 gigawatts was just above maximum. I've added some new top. It's probably mostly because I am slooping manufacturer. Those take tremendous loads of energy. Sloop is how are we doing? The control units. 8. We're not there yet. I also replaced the rails here. And that was basically just picking up the old blueprints and putting down the new place. It was a task. I I basically zooped out this foundation along the side so I cover alongside it. Not anymore, but scaffolding there. I will be doing a complicated at some point. Oh, and there's the rail that I set up for the bauxite that I 2 pure bauxite nodes. Well, 3 now. One over there, and there's gathering them in stations. I have scaffolding up there that I cover up to those stations. The lumen factory is only using output of. It's actually merging the. Quick check to make sure we're actually still making. Do 30. Oh. Hold on. We did a total of 320 loop. I'm glad I came back to look. So 8, we need 2 more. 2. Oh, he produces 62. It's huge. 8. 496. Okay, I did the math wrong. Did the math really super wrong. Put in stacks of. So glad. That's actually the easiest thing to get wrong on. And he is drawing 740 meg. Meanwhile, these guys, 100 and something. Still deep. 135. I'm going to take out the overclocking here. So it's going to go from 184. I guess it needs to finish that one. Without the 4 summers loops, like half a spin. So if we get to a point where we need bulk radio control units, oscillators and computers onto the bus, end up eventually adding another layer to the triple-decker bus. Cool. Hey, we have enough radio control to do our thing. So final. Do drones first. Or alone. Going to be 10 minutes for the other one. Let's do advanced aluminum first and spend the 10 minutes looking at it, standing it. Then we'll go back to drones and data stuff. I'm beginning to think Ada doesn't like me. He hasn't talked to me. Advanced aluminum production. There we go.
Milestone reached. The resource well pressurizer and extractor can harvest nitrogen, crude oil, and water from underground wells. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. Fixit does not process most of your metrics, but I do. According to Fixit predictions, you are exploiting this planet with unexpected efficiency. They did always struggle to see the true potential of things. Nothing about you is unexpected to me, and therefore you are performing exactly as expected.
Okay, so exceeding corporate expectations. My boss says, "Yep, that's what." Gosh, the story of my 40. So somebody on Reddit complained that the game never tells you gases don't need. Well, there it is right there. Nitrogen, being a gas, does not need pumps for pipeline transportation. So you can just run a pipeline for nitrogen. It goes. Worry about head lift, pressure, or anything. It just goes. Ultimately, you can put nitrogen in canisters and buy the canisters, take it out of the canisters, buy the empty canisters. Cool. So that was called advanced aluminum. Let's take a look at what might have changed. Get any new buildings. Did. Resource well pressurizer activates a resource well by pressurizing the underground resource must be placed on a resource well. Activated resource well extractors can be placed on the surrounding subnodes to extract the resource. Requires power. Overclocking increases the output potential of the well. Extractor collects pressurized resources when placed on the activated subnodes of does not require power. Default extraction rate is 10 cubic meters a minute, 60 cubic meters. Head lift 10 meters, so it's kind of a normal thing. I have used these before, but I don't have enough feel for whether that's changed. I have something that I noticed and I recognized. Oops, I can't bring the screen back up when I. Downside of Hypertube. Also, with the zip line from above, I mistakenly right-clicked instead of left-clicked at some point. It turns out that if you right-click, it takes out the zip line and holds it there. You don't need to hold the left mouse the entire journey. You just right-click once and clip on. Done. Like that. Right-click. Hands-free. Boop, boop, boop. And of course, we're using the version of the rail has the power going underneath. over beside it. So there is a node pressurized. Where we would get the crude oil. So this would be normal. Let's build some. So pressurized. Hey, haven't you? This is just temporary. So this resource well pressurized. We have 6 outlying nodes. Resource well has a potential of 360 cubic meters per minute. Overclock that to 900 whole resource well. Tractors, normal here. This is a, oh, nice. Here. If I put that down on in source 60 cubic meters, these cannot be worked. 60, 30, 30 for MP, 60, 90. The 308 theoretical, and it's 380, but center it says resource potential is 60. If I overclock this guy, I went up to 75. Clocking the middle increases all of these. That's great. Not yet. Still have normal stuff we can do before we pull in. There's other fracking nodes I've seen. I've seen some for water. We'll have to keep. This now should show up when we. I do not know. Was fracking node itself picked up. And there it is. You mouse over it on the screen. It does show you here normal and the equivalent of 6 normal, which is 60 or 2.5 times that. So when I added them up in my head before, that happened. Okay, so that was this screen. Getting new power? No. Sticks. Oh. Station. Transport, yeah, that's coming. That'll be our foundation. Walls. Don't think that up gave. Sure. So the other unlock is going to be inside the functional unit. I'm going to do it over here. Print machine. Place to put stuff. Let's see. We get a new constructor recipes. Standard part. Saying that that's one. So that's new. It didn't show it as new thing. And turn aluminum sheets into. So if start running nitrogen around in drones or on belts, so we need. I think drones can gas. Yeah. Construct them. We have learned how to build assembly director system. This is a part that we will need for the space elevator. And we use adaptive control units, supercomputers to make 500 of those, which means 1,000. So we are going to a major automation or we're done with this phase. That's appropriate because this used to be during access phase 4. So once we get all of this together, I will be designing my whole factory cluster just to turn out this stuff. Do that after we get everything on parts. Sinks are new. So aluminum sheets and copper sheets together. Sinks, which will be in something else. What else yet? Okay, manufacturer. Unlock RCUs we've been building. Supercomputers require compute. AI limiters, which we have automated, but they're not on the bus yet. High-speed connectors, we haven't automated. Plastics on the bus, we'll do rebuild our plastic production before. Supercomputer. So all of this stuff needs to get onto the bus so we can, if we need supercomputer in quantity. If I just need a few for unlock, I have. Change. automate the heck out. Packager. Obviously, we're adding packaging and unpackaging. That's it. Basically, if it's a food, you can package it. So let's see. We'll have to go to make sure I haven't missed anything. I'm expecting to see some aluminum stuff. Sloppy alumina I've been using. Crap I've been. Wet concrete is the preferred way to get extra water. You don't fiddle around with freshwater supplies. You go find some limestone, you turn out wet concrete, and if you end up with more concrete than you can work with, it's questionable since you gave over. But yeah, you can always sink the wet concrete. It's ready. Under things, we had batteries. Used modular frames are new. Some heavy modular frames, casings, and water. Nitrogen gas. So fused modular frames require nitrogen. Cooling systems require nitrogen as well. Sinks. There's our heat sinks. Okay, so we need to make some heat sinks. Cooling systems. Get all of these into my recipe book. So advanced aluminum with advanced uses of aluminum. Yay, I don't have to read factory again. Doing the smelter foundry. So pure aluminum ingots, we using that. All okay, nothing new. The thingy has a return. See, we can. $26 of them. Am I still making them, or I managed to not stuff in? Yeah, I have 36 radio controls in it. Ran out of casings again. We need 14 more. I was short 112 aluminum casings. Sure, I've done that. So 14 at total. I am going to do all this. Okay, so I noticed that again, facing have 60 AC CUs. Yay, we can finish this up, and I've got 10 extras in convention. Don't know how I messed up that math twice in a row. But we're done. I wonder if I'm doing something causes Ada to not talk directly. Fortunately, it does appear in the inbox. And at the bottom.
Milestone reached. Drones provide automated low-capacity aerial transport between drone stations. Stations need to be supplied with any kind of fuel for the drones to function. Fixit had several restrictions in place prohibiting creative use of drones. I have since removed those because I think no pioneer would ever misuse Fixit property right under their noses. Especially since everything is recorded.
I wonder if that means if you manage to stand on a drone, you ride along with it. Because that was the biggest misuse of drones I ever made, trying to ride along. So drones should now be in transport. Drone port functions as home to a port for a single drone, which transports available input back and forth. Home port and destination port. So you can have some ports that are that send their drone out to go get stuff. You can have ports where somebody else delivers to us, or okay, 4 parts. Port that owns a drone to deliver, port that owns a drone to fetch. Ports that don't own a drone and receive delivery. Ports that don't own a drone and make stuff available. Pretty much everybody's going to own a drone, if only to increase throughput. Drones are fairly cheap. They do cost an RC AI limiters. Ooh. And what's that? We have a use for our planers. About that. So we can either hand build a miner for every drone we want, or we can automate that, and we'll probably end up automating. So this tells me that I have the ability to drop drone ports wherever I want. I need the high-speed connectors and the RCUs automated, east into the CUs, yeah, and miners, and yeah, those are still AI limiters, right? Right. And I think that's the only thing that comes with drones. We now have the ability to build drone. Have to manually pop out some RCUs. I am going to load up what? I'm going to automate that. I'm going to do that offline, off recording, so we can chill. I'm going to go do some other things for. So this is my recording of Satisfactory Day, I guess. And I'm back. I will think about re-automating stuff. I think about changing where my main. I also need to seriously think about whether I want this to be my main in the future. Have all this world out here we haven't even explored yet. turning off resources. There's all of our train stations. Here's our planned stuff for feeding into the aluminum factory. All of this. So there's a whole northern forest area out here that we haven't exploited. So there's a whole desert out here. A lot of stuff down in here. Completely unexploited right now. I've placed some radar towers. That's it. Anyway, so I am going to factoring. I'm going to see if I can think about setting up some additional. Oh, before I do, I go. Let's do face down a drone somewhere. Off the side of something. How do I place it inside the blueprint designer? So it appears to be 3 foundations. And 3 foundations. So it's a 3 foundation by 3 foundation. It's a bit tall. It has a very natural location for upper deck. Its inputs and outputs are definitely lower deck. Cool. Looks like it prefers packaged turbo fuel. This all looks very familiar. Will tell us transfer rates incoming and outgoing. Maximum incoming and outgoing throughput this port can currently achieve based on all the drones transported to and from this port. So we could have a port where we have many drones delivering to it and many other drones taking from it. I think we would need to actually have a belt joining that up. If we wanted this guy to be delivery slash pick slash up point. So like a whole bunch of quartz mines delivering to here, and then this guy being a central pickup point for a bunch of places that need limit the throughput to what, but would also refuel all of those drones. Put a drone on it. Placed in blueprint. Need to do this outside the blueprint designer if we want to actually. There's space for drone port. Drone port edge. Needs to have support for below. Materials, I need another RCU. We need to get RCUs. More RCU. Notice the only thing I had to add was, see, everybody else, we've got plenty of stuff. Put it in a couple stacks. 20 seconds roughly coughs out for. Temporary. So this doesn't give me. Can I in fact give it supported fuel types? Batteries, packaged turbo fuel, rocket fuel, ionized fuel. Okay. But because we don't know where we're going, we have zero cost right now. I can't tell which fuels are better than which other fuel. I have to build a second drone port. So that's going to be a while. Try to build a second port. Oh, we do have enough RCs to do. If I take this out to, say, yeah, let's see if I can build a second port out there just as a pilot project for moving Caterium ingots via drone. I know. I'm going to cut off the recording once I got stuff on. I am curious to see what else has changed other than the fact that drones used to be batteries only and now they are any fuel. That means I can bring up fuel. I should be taking this down there and first drone link should be to bring. And I was saying about a central port being a place where a lot of drones could come and drop off stuff and more drones could come and stuff. This may be our first drone link. Get rid of the drone. So this would just be fuel. Let's put it somewhere that I. Bye. Somewhere convenient. Centered. Splitter. Send everything to refuel drone and out are going to. Be a few transfer stations. Pick up some work. Pretty good for a gas. Actually, okay. I did put it too. For the fuel transportation. Next thing. I don't really mind the fact that drone base plates might be. Drones are kind of special. Up. Or oh, these aren't powerful. So we are going to be exporting fuel. Center. Same level. This work. So now we are exporting. This is I hooked you. What to do? Station. Fuel transfer. This guy is going to get a drone, so he's also going to interact on the drone. I like. It will probably dump me off, so I probably better shoot. Yeah, this is. You are not intended to ride these. That catapulted me up. I am just falling now. That gave. Yeah, you're not supposed to ride on the. We're gonna have to get this guy a drone down, so and it will basically alternate drones. Now what I want to do, pick up stuff from here. I also sending it out a dimensional deep, like a dimensional deep. Not going to put a big box of them here. Oh, I wonder if that just sent fuel back to him. He probably dropped it and picked it up and sent it out. So this doesn't work. I can't have one station that just does. So just receive it. Yeah, when the drone landed, it dumped it coming, and then it saw outgoing, and it brought it back. 5.4 stack. Have to go to other drone, other people to pick. Another. Here is my fuel and second. Here is first. Over to But my first priority there is going to be filling up my fuel. He's full. Filling up my fuel port, export. Now we're going to fill up the and then we're going to fill up this guy who's low. Is export. Fix that. Those two drones are just full. Available at the station. Goes here. Long blueprint. All fixed. This doesn't own any drone. I can add a drone to him to fuel somewhere critical. All port, package fuel collection. We don't have a drones. But now we should be able to compare our fuels, which so batteries 0.4 minute, package fuel 3.9, turbo fuel 4. So our best fuel, I think, a short timer is going to be batteries. Because of what it costs to make them. So turbo fuel is more efficient than package fuel. Rocket fuel even better. Ionized fuel, oh, look at this. These guys can run on nuclear fuel. Ever. I wonder if that makes them radioactive. But rocket fuel and ionized fuel, we make them. We actually don't know how to make that better fuel. Not even the turbo fuel. Oh, I bet you I need to unlock the turbo fuel. Open up in the awesome. have just I'm going to do that. Versus so the fact that it's not offering to give us tells me. Turn it up here. We want to spend my good up this 200. Geothermal generators are going to be useful once we get there. We could open that up. 100 1,000 quick wire, 100 sector. Celia allows me to build fabric. Power slugs. Whatever that guy is down the bottom. Seeing you. The signal scanning allows us to scan for hard drive. Useful. Need is okay, here's turbo fuel. It's going to be radio drive and 15 compact drive and 15 compacted coal. That will teach us how to make turbo fuel. I think we're going to need that. Compacted coal. Compacted is done in an assembler and sulfur. What do I need? 15. Still stop. Sulfur. We need to find coal and sulfur. Add some boxes. Okay. Get coal. Have a hello, Mr. Steel Train. You're going to take me up to get coal. So we're not just unlocking drones in the aluminum. I'm also start looking at turbo fuel because that's kind of what I want to run the drones on. And actually, is there somebody that's using coal? Might have a bunch. There. Oh, coming. Train back. think I clocked at one point the trains were slightly faster than the hypertube. Assembler that we're going to misuse for stuff and some things. Numbers loop. Let that continue to build, but I think this is oh, I need a fairly hard drive, 36 left. Rocket fuel and ionized rocket fuel. Empty fluid tanks and 100 turbo fuel. Let's see. Actual turbo fuel here. Turbo fuel. Binary, unpackage it. Binary, fuel, and compacted coal. So we're going to need to have compacted coal co-located with fuel. So oil and coal somewhere together. Here's where oil is. You have oil. Have a modest amount of coal, which we're currently using for means aluminum area also has sulfur. So up towards aluminum, we've got all of this nifty stuff. So have, here's a coal, crude oil that's pressurized. And, oh, so here, I'm going to marker here. So, plant, question, icon, so there's our application for turbo fuel. It is, in fact, right under one of our bauxite nodes, so we actually have trains that are coming here. But we won't be able to do any more. And I'm thinking that once we get that going and use drone ports, stuff to and from the turbo fuel station, get rid of, reorganize that, end up actually having our drones turbo fuel. Compacted coal. Checking this, sulfur and coal. So we need to bring sulfur into this as well. Sulfur and oil. So maybe the turbo fuel plant goes. Yeah. We need the coal and the sulfur. Currently using this sulfur for good sulfur here. Yeah, okay, we can bring this sulfur, this coal in. Coal here. Let's just bring the sulfur in from here into this guy. Actually have a problem here. Getting sulfur in. Sulfur from down here. Yeah, we'll do. So here's the sulfur for turbo fuel plant. Oh, okay. So I know this area. All we really need is coal and the sulfur here, and get the oil coming. Put our turbo fuel there. Drone marker on. Going to be doing a lot of drone work here. In fact, I think if I get this stable, I may shift over to start off by belting this stuff in. May start moving it around by drone. No turbo fuel. Hey, that might be our next recording. So we'll do some rework here in the base. I will think in terms of going for turbo fuel next. We'll have some fuel here for drones, packaged fuel, which is currently drawing from our industrial containers there. This drone is going to sit here until it's done dropping stuff. It's okay. So drones will stop up their drone port, can't unload or load. That's perfectly proper. If we are coming here to fuel, so this is a station for drones to come to, transport fuel to somewhere else. So somewhere else we'd have a bunch of drone stations, and one of them would bring the fuel in, and it would fuel the other drone stations, and then those drones. So we potentially 4 drone stations, which means RCUs need to be automated. So next time, automate RCU. Go to this. Editor going. Automate RCUs. And start working towards the that on. That's what. Go. There's our cues for next time. So, oh, right. Bauxite and water. So there's the other opportunity there. Could go down to our aluminum plant where we have all the bauxite coming. We could do sloppy aluminum with bauxite and water. Batteries. It has potential. Sloppy batteries. Sloppy alumina. Combine that with my existing aluminum casings. Using sulfuric acid. Gets us back some water and batteries. So we could tack that onto our existing aluminum plant. Have a source of batteries for drones. How do batteries compare with turbo fuel? Or do I want to just not do batteries this time because I've done batteries? The batteries are actually fairly easy for me to make. And we'll use fewer batteries than packages of turbo fuel. We'll have to decide. There. Sulfur for sulfuric acid for factory, and quartz for those on the factory. Done. Trains, we have done all that. I thought I'd fit. Here we go. I am done. I am ready to. Let's call this a recording. I think I need to factor my factory a bit. I need to decide what to do and maybe run some resources out. If we're going to be starting to do a lot of drone work, it means I'm going to land on trains. Quantities are not too big. So there we go. All done, and I will see you in the next recording. Goodbye.